Ow, woo, friends and enemies. Sorry it took me so long. Um, I had to mentally recover from the revelation that the trichilocosm is something we already know. I think the implication is that the trichilocosm is that giant library afterlife place. Um, Also the realization that through his actions, 4 people have died. Admittedly, they aren't the 4 people that he was trying to save, but the spectator inadvertently killed the 4 Mamiya. Not the 5th Mamiya, just the 4 we already know about. So, going into it, we're going to hope we don't have as many disconnect issues as we did last time. I'm going to have to seriously edit all the little pieces of the stream from last time down into a single video to upload to YouTube, because, boy, direct export's going to be a nightmare on that one. Anyway, we left off in the middle of a flashback. It looks like Arasagawa is the connection to Rio. We already know that Samajima has a connection to Toma. Not Toma. Samajima has a connection to Minato. Not Minato. Kaito. Sorry. I'm having to piece stuff together from me and Adrian's memories because Adrian is not feeling great. Okay. Samajima has direct ties to Suo Kaito. Arasagawa apparently has a connection to Rio, which is where we left off. I'm beginning to think Toma might have a connection to Minato because of their obsession with classical music. And then there's Nigaki, who I think might have a connection to Morishika Haruki due to the kinds of trauma that are connected between the two, but I'm not sure yet. So we're about to find out probably. But we're on chapter 7. Let's actually take a look. We're on chapter 7. Only 3 chapters left to go. Provided the stream doesn't do something fucky, we'll be doing chapters 7 and 8, potentially also 9 tonight. I think I might have figured out the twist that's coming, because I feel a twist coming. I might have it wrong, but I'm not going to say anything until I get to that point. So let's load where we left off in chapter 7. Eating at a family restaurant was a luxury to me, and Osamu used to take me to many of them. Why is there a pineapple on the steak? Apparently, it makes the meat soften. Not sure if that's true, though. Really? Why'd you put fruits in the main dish and pineapple the dessert? This shit's disgusting. Osamu clenched the menu like a madman, but I didn't find him particularly scary. But I guess pineapple is a dessert. Hey, Rio, did you read the book? Yeah, I read all of it. The book he brought me was like an oasis in the corner of the room I usually sat in. I tried reading it slowly over the first few days to savor it for as long as I could, but then one evening I just read the whole thing until the end. Write down what you thought about it. Come on, it's not the end of the world. Write whatever you want. Something nice if you do, get what I mean? Looking back at it, he was probably trying to educate me. I was hated as an unwanted child, so he wanted to teach me how to think for myself and learn to write better. Osamu, here. I fearfully gave him a folded piece of paper. It was the first review I'd ever written, and I did it as best as a child could. Osamu took his time reading it, then gave me a smile. You did well, which means you get a ticket to an amusement park. Really? Yeah, now imagine what awaits you there. Okay. I imagined the amusement park. I was so excited to go that I actually couldn't sleep on some nights. Sambu, let's go there next. The Viking? Good choice, kiddo. Alright, let's race to the line. Wait! The actual amusement park ended up being many times more fun than I could have imagined. There was no elephant slide or rabbit trampoline, but Osamu made what was actually there into something even better. Listen, these teacups are here because giants are having a tea party. We're all going to be drunk by some huge guys who were just relaxing. That's why you gotta make the cup spin real fast and spill all the tea. Go on, spin. Alright. Every attraction was like the continuation of a fantasy novel. I had so much fun. Oh, I noticed a costume person with balloons. It made me stop in my tracks. I'd buy you one, but then your mom would find out. I know, but I had a lot of fun today, so I'm satisfied. Have this instead. What is it? You can look at mine like you wanted it, right? So here's one that even you can wear. Gave me some dog tags with Rio written on them. My eyes lit up immediately. This is for me? Of course, I'm kind to my readers. After saying that, he put the tags on me. And it's this easy. Yeah, thanks, Osamu. I'll treasure it. Your mom find out? Okay. I won't mind if you take it off if you get bored with it. I won't. I'll always treasure it. Like I said back then, I still had the dog tags on me. Told you it wasn't going to be anything exciting. It's just a story about how I got these. Wonder what Osamu's doing now. I think he was already gone by the time Midori was born. I asked Mom, but she didn't say anything. In fact, it actually made her all panicked. Wonder why I forgot. Why? Fire of the Sparklers. It had already been reduced to nothing but ash. Alright, until next week. It'll be the last time. Let's gather at the church again. The city's moon rained a mechanical light upon us. Our eyes were briefly burned by the dazzling stars. The rapid flow of the ages was whittling us away. Don't die. Please don't die. Did this begin? Since when did I started closing my eyes so often? Chika Haruki, Tojo Minato, Gucci Ryo, Suo Kato, they were all earnestly doing their best to face their own worlds. If you die, what will happen to the futures that would have awaited you? What will happen to those you leave behind? Most people thought it right to do everything perfectly. That made us lose something important. It was the intense, brilliant movement of the heart. That was above any passing trends. I once again looked up at the cold moon. Oh, how I want them to be happy. After Kikuchiro had told me his story about Osamu. Hold on. Did all that happen recently? I replied with no. It happened when I was a first year in elementary. Silhouette coupled with the understanding of children's literature, Osamu was probably Arasagawa. However, from what I assume based on his story, that was at a different time than the story I was observing. It was either Arasagawa's past or future, and if it happened in the same time frame when Kikuchi Ryo was a first year, then I need to consult it. I started walking towards the dark door, but immediately froze up. Right, it was gone. I'm gonna save here again. I'm gonna see if we have to make a choice in order to see the other storylines real quick. I don't start. Oh, so Ryo just automatically starts telling us his story. So, back to where we left off. I need to do this by myself. I want to keep his and the librarian's words in mind. Holding the gun I had at my side, I scanned my memory as hard as I could. Stories from those people from the pink house and the stories of my friends who came to my funeral. I'd always believed them to be different perspectives or possibilities. That wasn't right. They were connected in a different way, not by space, but time. Suddenly, a flicker went through my vision. Were these two possibilities mixed because of a common term? Blood escaped my nose, but I failed to even notice it. Instead, I continued flipping through the book as my heart rate escalated. First, I thought the common point was Mamiya. What if there's another one? What part of the setting connected all these stories? Found it. Tokyo during the year in which the world was prophesized to end. I gulped. The story doesn't state the exact year. Year in which the world was prophesied to end, the 2 years were connected by the key known as Mamiya, creating a mixed story. Knowing just this much is enough to show me several possibilities. As if to keep me from getting too excited, I heard my senior's voice in my head. Your world, which years were generally connected to the apocalypse? Well, most famous prophecy is the one from Nostradamus, which pointed at the year 1999. As for something more recent, there's the Mayan calendar-based idea that mankind would end in 2012. If this is possible, it has to be these two. My voice echoed through the silence of the room. So wait, the story about those people at the cafe was not from 2012, but 1999? I stood in place, hanging my head low. There was no one answer to my question. However, I felt like it all made sense now. How could I have been so wrong? When the blood from my nose dripped onto the desk, I snapped back to my senses and quickly wiped my face. I see, so we have 2 dates for the world's end. There's the time axis of Arasugawa's group and the time axis of Kikuchi Ryo's group. Every time I opened the book, there was a 50-50 chance of getting either story. I made a fist with the same hand I used to wipe my face. The story of the cafe took place in the past, the year 1999. The story from the year 1999. I mumbled that as I opened the book. The young man in the school uniform sitting by the window suddenly spoke up. The other three looked at him with bored expressions. Why not introduce ourselves? We don't even know each other's names. Oh, introductions, I suppose you're right. The spectacled man slowly spoke up and fixed his posture. The young man found his black eyes dull. They reminded him of puddles. Arasugawa Osamu. I work as a children's novelist. I'm Warachi Kotoma, a student. Samajima Satoru. I'm a police officer. I'm Nagaki Miyori, also a student. Once they'd all introduced themselves, silence returned to the room. What would you say to some reminiscing? The suggestion came from the tallest man. Reminiscing about what? What else? Mamiya, of course. I knew it. The story of the people from the Pink House takes place in 1999, years before the story of my friends. I'm slowly getting an understanding of this. The stories so far flashed before my eyes. The events of the Pink House were in the past. Now that I knew that, things I hadn't understood before suddenly made sense. It explained why the Pink House wasn't there. It answered all the questions I had when listening to their stories while we played with fireworks. Oh. So we only get one story out of all of them? So we only got the one. Okay. I'd gotten the time all wrong. I took a firmer hold of the book in my hand. That means the story is a mix of the years 1999 and 2012. Tokyo during the year in which the world was prophesied to end. That great knot tied together two stories into a single one. I'd taken a giant step towards the truth, and that filled me with hope. I wasn't able to grasp the full picture of this story, but I know I finally understand. Might be able to set the story's true course now. As the story progressed, and I talked to Mamiya, the world quickly blacked out. A gust of wind rushed up from below. On top of a skyscraper stood Mamiya Yumehisa. I've been waiting for you to read this far. Mamiya. The wind was getting strong, and it blew right between us. Let me fix sound effect volume real quick. Yeah. Resume. He didn't try to move. I wasn't moving either. There was no need. We were looking only at each other, completely forgetting the lights of the buildings below. You made your decision. That's why I want you to watch this. Don't say a word until the end. Watch what path my friends chose. Chapter 8. Okay. The new century rolled in. The four of them were still living at that pink house near Tokyo Tower. Af- Even after they had all shared their stories about Mamiya, they'd only just learned their Mamiyas were different from those of the others. If Mamiya was no more than an illusion, if the Mamiya I saw back then wasn't even real, I was drinking beaker warmed tea all by myself? Wait, I remember there was a 7. It was on the right, I think. Oh, got it wrong. Go on, Mamiya, it's your turn. Right, it was right next to it. Oh, that's so annoying. Played enough concentration, enough old maid too. Is there any card game you're bad at? So the resolution I discovered and told him about. Dispersed into nothingness without reaching anyone. The meteors sure are taking their time. Cassette tape? It's rare for you to bring music. What? It's not classical? No, I like pop music too. Yeah, it's a good one. I like its gentle melody. Huh, a meteor. Where? I don't see it. Where is it? So the love and salvation I gained from him were all just a type of self-consolation. Alright, Mamiya, today's dinner is roast Kobe beef, mille feuille. Vegetables, I tend not to eat any. I feel like they would turn my insides green and make me unhealthy. Prepared a likey sherbet for dessert. Could you have that? No, I don't have any preferences. This is all a matter of principle. Anyway, let's eat. Oh, no, Mamiya, I didn't change the subject. Those mundane little chats we had, feeling of our hands, the smoke in the air, if it existed. I was doing a solo performance. Hey, read this. Can you tell just by looking? It's Arasagawa Osamu's latest work. It's a newborn baby I haven't even brought to the editor yet. You dumbass, shouldn't that be obvious? I wanted for you to be the first to read it. Come on, don't make me spell it out for you. So, did my new work meet your expectations? Ah. Why? Why am I the weirdo? I just wanted to be with her. I just wanted the world to know that Mamiya existed. Prove that I wasn't alone. Even if something like that is too much to ask, then is there really any point of making this world a better place? Is there anyone even worth saving? If the world insists on being like this. Arasagawa Osamu's silhouette trembled. He took a knife from the kitchen. I aimed it at his own chest, and then his arm. Stop. Let me go. Stop it. Let me go, damn it. I won't. Arasagawa. What kind of stupidity is this, Arasagawa? I won't let you die. Why? We're not even close enough for you to care, are we? Because it's unfair. You're trying to get closer to Mamiya. And I'm not letting you do that by yourself. Within the dim lights, their eyes gleamed with an unshakable conviction. At this moment, I understood the true meaning behind this place. They were actually observing each other, watched so that none of them would try to get ahead and grow closer to Mamiya, but none of them would go to the Trichilocosm. They had nowhere to go. They tried to live in this harsh world, the best they could to uphold Mamiya's teachings. However, ideals were just that, ideals. They couldn't share the eternity that was Mamiya. Yeah, Mamiya wouldn't allow that. Die and run away from this world, I mean. She didn't take us to the Trichilocosm after all. We have to stay in this world. It's hell. Fulfill our mission. Mission, huh? We need to prove that Mamiya existed. That is what this place is supposed to be about. Can't say something that naive at this point. Our true desire has always been the same. We want to meet Mamiya again. Mia, let's talk about what we should do next. Let's take a look at the rules again. Uh-oh. Something's up. Something is seriously up. I'm gonna deal with something that just happened in my room. Um, I'll be right. I'll be right back. I'll share to loop spread. You've returned. I believe that the Mamiya born within me would spread every time I interacted with someone. That hasn't happened to a single person. There would be no future for us if we just stayed here and observed each other. Mamiya would one day disappear for real. No. He existed and my memories with him are real. So why? Why should my memories stop existing? Just because Mamiya didn't? I'm scared. I don't want to change all my changing growth to become something that never happened. I don't want to forget Mamiya either. But there's only so much we can do. We can will Mamiya into existence like a shared illusion. Eventually, we would snap out of it. What am I even doing? I feel so empty. It's like I'm eating the hole in a donut. You're so normal. Far more normal than the rest of us. No, it's wrong. If I was, I'd be able to escape this house. Meet many people. However, even if they had flesh, this world is full of humans who are truly worthless. Is it wrong to long for Mamiya? Is it wrong? Yearn for an illusion? Why not just let people do what they want? There's nothing wrong in coming to like someone. What's keeping Toma sane? It's pressuring Samajima. What could it be? Subjectivity. It's objectivity that makes us so pitiful. Mia exists in our subjectivity. But objectively, I was just chatting with myself. Yeah, it must have been weird. I want to look at all the people who think we're a bunch of lunatics playing with illusions and ask them. That close friend you always hang out with and know and trust with all your heart, what if you found out that he didn't exist beyond your subjective reality? Would you be able to simply accept the tomorrow he wouldn't be a part of and the yesterday from which he vanished? I was simply afraid. Crazy. Am I really the one who's crazy? It's the society that makes fun of us that's crazy. I want them to know what we felt. Make Mamiya exist. We'll make them love Mamiya, and then make them despair that Mamiya doesn't exist. To that end, the eternal Mamiya. No, there's a limit to what we can do. It's beyond the four of us. We would have to increase the amount of people who know Mamiya. But how? Mamiya doesn't exist in this world anymore. There's no one who can meet them now. It would have been simpler if we ended up as Mamiya did. At our end without achieving anything. There was a mistake in our methods. There's no need to change the message. What's important is who that message will reach and how it will reach them. What? No, our will is wrong. We're just doing it the wrong. Our will isn't wrong, we're just doing it the wrong way. Stories don't work on people who are stained by objectivity, by society. We need to target children instead of adults. Instead of getting an audience as big as my reader base, we need to target only a few. Without any dispersion and maximum focus, we should face a single person as sincerely as we can and cultivate a potent shared illusion. If we do that, we'll surely... Arasagawa, what are you saying? Save Mamiya like that? Would our Mamiya not disappear, and would someone develop a mutual understanding with them? Again, Mamiya's gone, how would we? It's simple, Nagaki. We ourselves have to become Mamiya. We would become a Mamiya that couldn't be ended by some half-baked feelings. Toma, become Mamiya, how? We tried so hard, so what can we do? Discard everything. His words finally made me understand. We still had something holding us back. That is despite the fact that something is nothing compared to Mamiya. Discard everything and become Mamiya. Okay. I like it. That's really good. That's what it takes to bring Mamiya back from the trichilocosm. I'll take it. Then it's decided. Through me, who became a host to Mamiya. Plant Mamiya into children. And we would once again make Mamiya complete. That is the mission of those left behind in this world. It's hell. We only want to fix this crumbling shared illusion. Never break again. Be an eternal shared illusion. Hey, Natsumi. You and I are different, right? Mamiya smiled. Show me then. Show me an ending to your friend's story that's different from mine. It seemed self-derisive, but I couldn't read the emotion in his smile. I could do nothing but watch. Stop. Couldn't interfere. Stop it. Stop. Stop them. Whoa. This can't be done without madness. We are insane. That is good. It's how it's always been. We were insane from the start. The moment we met Mamiya, the moment we were born into this world. People were always driven by an indescribable madness. Let's eat Mamiya. Who was the one to suggest that? No one could tell at this point. However, everyone present was overcome by a powerful urge to eat Mamiya. They believed that it was the only way. The people who didn't fulfill Mamiya's will to become Mamiya themselves. The chokingly sweet scent, the surge of sheer malice could make people cover their mouths and close their eyes. The smell seemed to turn the brain stiff. Surrounded by misty rain and isolation, we labored. We ate. Ravenous gluttony, lonely palpitations. We ate. The mist was dense. Pride leads to worship. Prayers are powerless mounds of corpses. The mist was dense. Blades slowly cut through the meat. Cut, sliced, ripped. Some were excited, others looked away. Which one was me, some wondered. Is this how it would end up? This had always been how it was. Thorough preparations, detailed tactics. Such things stood no chance against pure desire. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Felt as if the moist parts of the body were being covered in rust. Could I move? Was my stomach still working? Did I still have a jaw? Or teeth? A tongue? Lips? Was the change already over? One couldn't help but wonder. There was only the sound of chewing. It was like a song. Went off tune, then synced, then mixed. Nothing but chewing. Wasn't enough. There was no such thing as purity. One's own vision snuck up from behind. Would the sweetness become heat and embrace us? No, even that was uncertain. Or perhaps... everything was an illusion. Leave not a bit behind. Bones, flesh, blood, poison. Split it evenly. Not a drop is left. We even ate our plates. Cells are changing. Can't turn back now. Someone was crying. No one knew if it was them or someone else. Everything mixed. The border between oneself and the others had vanished. Mia is the moon. Magic. Mystery. Mimic. Medium. Mother. Me. We are now Mamiya. Yep, Arasagawa is Ryo's Mamiya. Right, Ryo, I'll tell you something no one else knows. My real name. Real name? Mia. Call me Mamiya. This is just a cult. So to them, it's justice. There's no objectivity here. Objectivity doesn't exist. It's high time you understood this, Natsume. Objectivity is something only happy people who've never been hurt can preach. Huh? To those who've lost their way and are deeply hurt, objectivity is unnecessary. Do you get it, Natsume? They found my existence necessary. Thus, the illusion is allowed for their sake. Mia slowly closed his eyes. Someone I could never forgive. but his silence made it seem like he was praying, leaving me unable to speak up. Natsumi. Really are different. For their sake, Mamiya will become a shared illusion. Ah, ah. So Arasagawa and the others, the ones from 1999, were Mamiya itself. In that case, my friends all died because of them. I have to calm down. I have to find a way to distance Mamiya from my friends. Mamiya appeared because of a mix-up in the time axis. Conclusions and truths that were set in stone never leave any space for fantasy. In that case, I have to destroy it. I have to kill the margin of error. I gathered my resolve the day before the fourth Friday came. Friends were waiting for tomorrow with various expressions on their faces. Chapter 9. Oh boy. Oh dear. What's wrong, Haruki? Hey, so when are you coming over? I'll make some dinner for you. Sorry, but I don't think I'll be able to drop by today. Haruki? Look, I'll make it up to you some other time. I realize no one else would forgive this kind of stuff, though. That's so unfair. All I can really do is say okay to that. I'm sorry, see ya. Huh. Morchika Haruki ended the call, lay down on the sofa, and looked up. Tomorrow. He took out a cigarette and moved it over his lighter's flickering red flame. After slowly exhaling, he looked outside the window. The wound led by a scratch from a few days ago still ached a little. What to put in the casket, huh? Large moon sat upon the sky above. Strangely enough, he didn't feel cold. The night was calm, with a little warmth to be had. Well, I guess I can dedicate nights like this to just you. I've been waiting all this time. The battery died a long time ago, but this is Natsumi's phone. He didn't give it to the police, or even his family. There was nothing more than a phone held by just another maid in Akihabara. And I've been busy, so... We're already in Chapter 9, you say? Yes? I think I missed some Chapter 6 content. Or not. I'll watch the VODs later, yeah. I think I might have missed some content in, Chapters 7 and Chapter 8. I only saw Ryo's backstory. I only saw Ryo's connection to Arasagawa. So, yeah. The VODs are a bit split up because that night I was having severe issues with my internet connection. So far I haven't had any problems with it. Like, I'm not even getting frame drops. So, I'm probably going to wind up doing a Scarlet Nexus stream here after we finish this chapter, but... Oh gods. The Mamiya are the 1999 crew. Or should I say the Pink House crew? Because we have not set in stone that the years are what they are yet. So... that ends today. I won't have to feel like this ever again. Tojo Minato slowly opened the door of his closet. There was a maid outfit with a long skirt on one of the hangers. He gently touched its edge. Natsumi, stay in my heart until the very end. Oh, you can get the other backstories later, don't worry. Okay, fair. The moon lit up Tojo Minato's face through the window. Bathed in its pale light, his outline looked positively androgynous. I thought my clothes were too big, but they look good on you. Are you making fun of me? No, you do actually look great. Hope your clothes finish drying soon. You can use mine until then. Oh, Kato. Hello. Oh my, you're all wet. Go take a bath. But it's okay, just do it. Go on in. Okay, so you brought a friend over? Welcome back, Dad. This is Ryo. My name is Kikuchi Ryo. Pardon the intrusion. The pink Housers are Mamiya's. Yeah, that's... Oof. Go on and eat as much as you like. Okay. Kato grows every time he eats. It's funny, so I always make too much food. There's more than enough for you. Don't hold back. Mom. This is the guest room. Feel free to use it. No, I think I'll just leave. Huh? But I'm worried about Midori. Oh, sorry. I was a bit too excited by the idea of you coming over and didn't even think about that. It's okay. It's the thought that counts. Your mom's cooking was amazing. Can't praise her enough. Ah, thanks. I'll pass it on. She'll be really happy. Did you read all 4 Pink House stories yet? Yes. Yes, we did. Like, we did one focused on Toma, one stream. And then we did one focused on Arasagawa, and then I did the other 2 immediately after. You're welcome to come over anytime. Also, it's got all wet, but you can still read it. Oh, a letter? Reply whenever you feel like it. Okay. Good night, Rio. Take care, Rio. You can eat this at home if you like. Thanks. It was delicious, thank you. Huh. I'd like Midori to get to know this too. Tokyo during the year in which the world was prophesied to end. The final month, the 4th Friday. The temperature was 5 degrees Celsius with cloudy skies. The paving below my shoes was tough, just as my resolve for the night. Beyond the tree-lined street were the ones who'd come to Natsumi Sorichiro's funeral. They were waiting for me. The harsh northern winds of December blew mercilessly around us. Even so, they, my friends, were here for this day, facing it with different expressions. They were here in this year the world was prophesied to end, to conclude their story with Natsumi Soichiro. Let's go, Natsumi. Ugh. Like a few weeks ago, we entered the now familiar church. There were other people around, too, members of the Natsumi family as well as their acquaintances. I thought we'd be laying Natsumi's ashes to rest. Is there someone else's funeral going on here? No, there's going to be a memorial mass for Natsumi. Memorial mass? 30 days after someone's death, Catholics hold a memorial mass to reminisce about the deceased. Well, that's great then. I can help you get the backstories you missed when you finish Downfall if you want. Fair. I think I have a pretty good idea, though, of whose Mamiya is which one of the Pink House crew. But I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure. It's... I'm drawing on Adrian's memories because he's taking a night off and just watching. Now just enjoy. Yep. Until then, the remains are kept on the altar before being buried after the mass. So this is your final chance to say goodbye to him. Okay, let's sit down. We all sit down some rows behind the family in the front. This was a stark change from the first time when we were all separated. It was clear how much our relationship had changed over the past few weeks. It's changed quite a bit. Looked at my own remains on the altar and spoke to myself. Many things remained the same in this world even after I had died. But who could have imagined that my friends who barely knew each other would all gather like this? The memorial mass was held in silence. The family gave their greetings and eulogies. It wasn't too different from the funeral. The organ echoed across the church as it released a rather awkward-sounding melody. I looked straight ahead. Hey, Natsumi. It's okay. Relax and sleep. Even if I'm gone, I'll be able to go on. All souls that believe in God are eventually summoned before Him when they attain peace. As those left behind, we can do nothing but pray for the departed and vow never to forget them. There will be memorial masses in the years that follow. Let us gather here again and pray for them. The event ended, and we all moved to the cemetery for the burial. As we walked, I called out to a certain someone. Hello. Oh, Natsumi, you came. Of course. It was Natsumi Surichiro's mother. I was really surprised when I read the letter you gave me on the day of the funeral. I apologize for that. It must have been perplexing for a stranger like me to appear out of nowhere. Oh, not at all. Why, didn't you find me suspicious? We didn't even talk while he was still alive. You were Surichiro's friend. I could tell that from the look in your eyes. There was a warm light in them, just like in his. I see. I cast my gaze downward to hide my face and fell silent. I was no match for my mother. I cleared my damp throat to play it off. She chuckled a little. Are they Surichiro's friends too? Yes. They decided on something for him to take to the next life. I see. I had no idea he had so many friends. He never had anyone over at the house. She smiled, clearly pleased. Embarrassed, I fell silent again. I'm relieved, though. I'm glad there are people besides us who will remember him. I'm glad, Surichiro. Public cemetery was in an open area some distance away from the church. Various graves were lined up in a clouded area sprinkled in green. We stepped in front of one. It was just like all the others, lacking any distinguishing features, and it belonged to Natsumi Surichiro. In other words, me. This is Shuichiro. My mother stood before them and showed them the urn. They all gulped, and I watched over them from a short distance away. My goal here was merely to watch them decide what to give the Natsumi. Okay. Perhaps they chose different things compared to what they had picked in the stories. However, I decided not to pry into that. After all, they weren't meant for me, but for the Natsumi Surichiro in the urn. After confirming that they were done, I took a deep breath. This is the final goodbye. No one said anything. All waited for everyone to finish their silent conversations with Natsumi. Bye, Natsumi Surichiro. After that, the grave was closed. I stared in complete silence at the grave where Natsumi had been laid to rest. A breeze blew past us. Our clothes and hair were disheveled. Yet Natsumi's grave stood still. The soft bare skin of the stone had his name and date of death carved into it. It was done. My job for the past few weeks was now over. Everyone was particularly silent. We didn't feel like going back, so we did as someone had suggested and went to the nearby beach. So it's over. It really hasn't sunk in yet. Yeah. Days promised by Natsumi's note were over. Starting tomorrow, we wouldn't have our weekly gatherings anymore. We were now strangers who might never see each other again. Let's meet up every now and then. Like the priest said, there will be memorial masses in the coming years too. Yeah, that's true. It's Natsumi's memorial mass. Guess we'll have to go. I don't mind if they use Natsumi as the reason. If they gathered like this over the next few years and beyond, they all supported each other. Only good things could come of it. Guys. Oh, and of course I'm expecting you to come to the meetups as well, Natsumi. Yeah. The story was nearing its end. Once the ending began to roll, the spectator would be unable to see what happened next. And so... Sure, let's meet again. Smiles on our faces. There you go again, making it sound like more of a big deal than it is. Man, if it only snowed a little. It'd be the best kind of miracle for a day like this. I stood tall on the ground. Looked back at the back of a transient man and shouted as hard as I could. I'm finally here, Mamiya. My voice made him slowly turn around. He was distant and his messy hair hid his expression. I can end this December, this year, without having any of them die. If we make it past this without any problem, they'll make it to the next year without anyone dying. I poured more strength into my grip. I might not be here beyond this point. Like you said, I might leave them behind. However, they'll be able to support each other. I pictured their smiles. There's a happy future waiting for them, even if I'm not there. I don't mind being left out of the circle. I truly didn't. As long as it was a future where they were smiling, I was okay with it. This is the optimal ending I've created. Mamiya remained silent as though trying to gauge my value. But after a while, he grinned and began clapping. Wonderful. I'm impressed that you made it this far. His reaction shocked me enough to make me take a step back. You weren't taken by the charm of illusion and expressed your will. The idea that reality is right and wonderful. Excellent work. Especially for someone who doesn't even have a body in here. Your words can no longer hurt me. Oh, but I was praising you. Sounded a pleased chuckle. I thought you would have given up already. No, we were leading you to do that. And yet you mustered up some nonsensical determination and made it all the way here, even though it wasn't necessary at all. You should have just been a spectator. Don't make me repeat myself. I'm not like you. Indeed, you're not like me. So go and decide the true course of the story. How do you know about that? Only a few people should have this information. How do you know about true courses? How indeed? Maybe because I'm a spectator myself, or perhaps something above that. Well, what do you think? It's irrelevant, isn't it? Regardless of what I am, the things you can do are limited. I couldn't allow him to take control of the conversation. I had to keep true to my will. You're right, I will save them, no matter what you are. I will set the year so I can surpass it. Create the future you desire and the records you believe are correct. Decide the year in which the world was prophesied to end. Allow me to tell you about the true job of a spectator, the setting of the true course of a story. I had already explained that stories that are only slightly different are what-ifs, something akin to drafts. There are quite many of them, but there is only one true story, and drawing upon it is simple. You merely have to discard the many possibilities you've seen so far, take only one in hand and declare it as truth. Once the true course is decided, it cannot be erased. The story showed you many possibilities, didn't it? However, you will be the one making the ultimate choice. I will decide. Tokyo, during the year in which the world was prophesied to end. It's the year 2012. Lastly, a goodbye to Natsume. December 28th, 2012. Here lies Natsume Shuichiro. Natsume? So relieved. You finally came back to your senses. You didn't respond no matter how many times I called out. I was worried. Oh, sorry. Wait, what's the time? What year is it? Huh? It's obviously 2012. What a relief. I actually... Wait, Natsume, what's wrong? Don't just start crying like that. Hey, don't wipe your face on my clothes. I'm so glad I finally did it. I saved everyone. Not sure I get what this is about, but you seem to have worked really hard, Natsume, so good job. Thank you. Thank you. After crying my eyes out, I calmed down and finally looked around. Huh? Where's Kikuchi Ryo and Suo Kato? Oh, they went off somewhere. Suo was all about going to the sea, and Kikuchi went the... Oh, there they are. Orchikaharuki pointed two fingers. I'll go talk to them for a sec. Overwhelmed with joy, I ran across the beach. Are you cold? I'm fine, honestly. I'm glad you came. I feel kind of strange. Because of everything that's happened today. No, well, I mean, it does feel almost unreal that I've managed to come this far. But the month I spent with you guys was unlike anything else I've ever experienced. I'm beyond excited to keep things going like this. The letter. Forgot to write a reply to the letter. It's fine. Are you sure? I mean, we can meet any time. Right, thanks. I actually did write a response to the letter, but I was having trouble putting my thoughts into words. Nothing I wrote came out right. I kept erasing things over and over again until the paper got too wrinkled to write on. My drawers filled to the brim with unfinished letters now. I think I was in a panic. I thought I'd never see you again, Ryo. I thought the world would end and we'd never meet again. Suo. Raise your face. Look into my eyes. Listen, the world won't end that easily, and we'll always get to meet each other again. People worry about the future all the time, but here's what I've got to tell you. Let's meet up again. You see, I like the way you look at the world, so I want you to keep on sharing your world with me. Ryo. In return, I'll protect. Protect what? You. From harsh words, from pointless conflicts, from cutting blades. I'll make sure to protect you. That's what I promised in my previous letter. I see. Thanks, Ryo. Hey, Ryo. What? Could you close your eyes for a second? What? Just do it. Don't open them until I say so. Alright. Okay. I guess that's enough. Hey, Kikuchi, Suo. I noticed their silhouettes and ran up to them. I wanted to talk to them as soon as possible, to laugh with them and everyone else. Bye, Ryo. I was still holding the remnants of a devastated century. I'd lost many things in the sea and acquired a certain bitterness. I was still waiting for your return, unable to consign the remnants to darkness. The night comes, Mom gives me something warm, and Dad pats me on the back. Perhaps I should have done the same to you. Please don't forget. What? 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 Please don't forget me. What the fuck? What the fuck? What? Why? I ran towards the evening shoreline. Saw a thoroughly dumbfounded Kikuchi Ryo as well as Suaketo collapsed on the ground in a pool of blood like he'd just burst open. What? Ah! I finally realized. With the story's ears decided, the true course was clearly conveyed to my brain. Ah! Mamiya! Facts and conclusions. Never left any room for delusions. What? Never left any room for delusions. What does that mean?
Picture perfect hours spent beyond their picket fence, tying knots to balance, feet of clay.
Surichiro Natsumi, born 1995, died 2012. Okay. Ryo Kikuchi, born 1995. Okay. Minato Tojo, born 1995. Okay. Haruki Morishika, born 1990. Okay. Osamu Arisugawa, born 1972. Toma Morishika, born 1982. Mayuri Nagaki, born 1981. Satoru Samajima, born 1972. Keito Suo, born 1984 and died 2003? What the fuck? The year on which the world was prophesied to end, Tokyo, December 2012. Mamiya downfall, end. What the actual fuck? What the actual fuck? What in the name of the gods just fucking happened? Facts and conclusions never left any room for delusions. Was Suo Kato a delusion? Is that what it's saying? Was his very existence... Is this why Mamiya didn't take him to the Trichilocosm? He wasn't real to begin with. Like, he was real, but he was already dead. He's the same age as Toma in this case, right? Holy fuck. What the fuck? Ending 2012. Tokyo during the year in which the world was prophesied to end. That line made stories from 1999 and 2012 mix up. That's why Suo Kato, who was from 1999, joined the others who were from 2012. Decide on the true course? Bullshit. Satisfied with this? You burdened them... I think Toma is older. Yikes. Okay. You burdened them with an unsalvageable fate. Satisfied that you made them suffer? Mia gave no response. Wait, you have a timeline? Oh, fuck. Oh, gods. This, ooh. Shit. I didn't raise my face. Couldn't tell what expression he was making. I've had enough. I don't care what happens to the laws of this world. I'll warp space-time, change the truth, try again. This time, I'll make them all happy. At that moment, I had a feeling that Mamiya had just smiled. To be continued in Doomsday Dreams. Huh. Suo Kato has vanished from the background. What the fuck? Okay, let's check the ending list. I got all of the endings for Act 2. There are 16 endings for Act 3. It's just a timeline for the ages, don't worry. Okay. I was a little concerned. Because whenever a visual novel has a timeline. But yeah, that's Downfall. Oh boy. Oh fucking god. Suo Kato was a delusion the entire time? He was from 1999. He was from the 1999 timeline. So his direct connection to... That's in the right time slot. At the same time as he was living in the pink house. Fucking shit. Ooh. They changed how this works. It looks like they actually went with a flowchart structure. Ooh. This is gonna be interesting. You want to unlock the backstories you missed? Select one of the pink house routes. Just read a dialogue or two and go to the fireworks scene. Okay. Start. Let's get some confirmations then. We already got Arasagawa. Toma. Let's do Toma next. Skip. Actually, now that we have thoroughly skipped through... Hold on. We're not into the story yet. We're not into the backstory. Okay. Toma's backstory. Okay. Then go to the fireworks scene. It's fine to return to the scene selection screen. Okay. Got a few lines into Toma telling his story. Skip. What is it, Natsume? Could you show me how sparklers work? If you're fine with me, then sure. Dojo Minato responded quickly and moved closer to me. I gotta ask though, what kind of childhood did you have? It's sort of unusual for someone to have never played with handheld fireworks. Well, I did watch many of the fireworks that got fired off into the sky. I was a normal kid, although I didn't have many friends back then. Well, you have us now. Toji Minato, you're right, I found dear friends in all of you. By the way, what were you like in the past, huh? I wanted to know about your past. What kind of child were you? I was into dressing up. Really? You're pretty fashion conscious even now, so it's a long-running thing then. Thanks, back then I was in dressing up in a different way. Dojo Minato was hesitant to continue. It was a familiar expression, and I couldn't help but say something. It's okay, I'm not going to force you to talk. It's not that I don't want to talk, I'm just not sure where to begin and how to say. Okay. So I am going to skip through this just to get the confirmation. Tojo Minato's Mamiya. Tojo Minato's Mamiya is Toma. Then. Yep, that looks a lot like Tojo. Yep, Tojo Minato. And Toma. That is Toma. It is Toma. So... But it's so cute, this story. Yeah, I just want to know for certain. Piano teacher. Okay. Confirmed. And that's so I want you alone to know this, my real name. Real name? Mia. Call me Mamiya. Okay. Let's do it again. Arasagawa, Toma, Igaki. get into her backstory. And immediately title. Restart. Start from the fireworks scene. Morishika. So Nagaki, just to confirm, going into Marchika's illness. Haruki Marchika's illness, anyway. I think Toma might be Haruki's brother, based on his interactions with Mamiya. Haruki and Toma are brothers. Yeah, I kind of figured that one out on my own. Yep, Marchika. Nagaki was Haruki's nurse. Okay. That explains why the Mamiya took on the shape of a nurse. But just to confirm, yep. Tomo was Minato's music teacher and crush. Valid. My real name? Mamiya. Call me Mamiya. Okay. Right. Start. Samajima. Congratulations on finishing Downfall. Yeah, thanks. I'm trying to... Right, Samajima. Yeah. Guessing he's Suoketo's Mamiya. The reason he was invisible was because he was someone who he also interacted with at the same time. Okay. That's Samajima's story. Title. Start. Fireworks scene. Skip. Suoketo is gonna be the one who... What? What? Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Maybe... Samajima... Samajima wasn't Suoketo's Mamiya. Was Suoketo's Mamiya the original Mamiya, then? Given the 1999 bit. Huh. Okay. 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 Well, given that... Oh boy. Let's take a look if I missed any CGs. I did not miss any CGs. Okay. Give me a second. Gotta do something real quick. Crap. Crap, 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 crap. Load. I'm actually gonna save 2 pictures here before I close the game. Don't take the hand. Take your time. The reason is, unfortunately, we did discover both a Natsumi and a Mamiya effective today. So I actually need to save. But yeah, downside of having dissociative identity disorder occasionally you get so hyper-focused on a piece of media that the characters from that piece of media appear in your head. And both Mamiya, the leader Mamiya, and Natsumi, the spectator, have appeared in my head effective today. So, neither one of them have tried to control the body, but still, fuck. Ugh. At least it was them, and not any of the main 8 cast. At least with them, it's vaguely defined, and Mamiya isn't, like, pure evil or anything. So, like, huh. Alright. With that, I need to finally update. I'm gonna let this killer music play in the background while I do it. My god, that's wild. My messages are sent too late. Yeah, I'm just... And then I need to get... Okay, Mamiya is set up. Now for Natsumi. Whew. Okay. Now I have all my stuff set up for if Mamiya or Natsumi ever want to talk. They can. The issue is, their source material will update their memories as we progress. So... Okay. With that, I'm going to go ahead and switch games. We are going to switch over to Scarlet Nexus. If you're watching on web, don't go anywhere. The stream will be back up. If you are following me and you want to watch the